Nord Stream Whodunnit. CIA fingers Ukrainians. That's who I tend to lean towards. You have to think about who would benefit from Nord Stream being blown up. And definitely the Ukrainians would benefit because they know, the Ukrainians has to know that they are pawns in this, and that NATO really does not want them to be a member. So I think is it's a great coincidence that once it blew up, Zelensky went and sent a letter to NATO asking for expedient membership. So I think that's I think CIA might be onto something here. I can't believe I'm actually agreeing with the CIA. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. And there's also a link to all my socials. So check that out. My Instagram in particular, where I put out news throughout the day, where I keep you informed. Little short, little stuff that's really quick reads. So check that out. All right, let's talk about this news. The whodunit around the greatest act of industrial sabotage since World War II, blowing up the Nord Stream 1 and 2 pipelines on Monday, September 26, continues. While mainstream media have already concluded with no evidence that Russia did it, critical pundits like Tucker Carlson and Darren Batey, or Batty, or however you pronounce his name, I'm sorry, have pointed out that the U.S. has much more motivation and repeatedly demanded an end to Nord Stream. Now, a CIA report raises another possible culprit no one has mentioned so far: our good friends, the Ukrainians. An article from the English language edition of German left wing Der Spiegel magazine claims that the U.S. Secret Service tapped the Russians and learned they had expressed the suspicion that Kiev was planning an attack on the pipelines. The Ukrainians are said to have even tried to rent a boat in Sweden for this purpose. This is wild, straight out of like a spy novel. Well, quote, the Germans were warned in summer by the CIA about a possible attack scenario on Nord Stream pipelines. U.S. intelligence claimed to have intercepted Russian communications in which concerns were expressed about possible Ukrainian attacks on Western infrastructure. The Ukrainians allegedly tried to rent a boat in Sweden for this purpose. This is crazy. This is wild information. So now we're learning more about what the CIA said, because we already knew that the CIA had warned about this a few weeks prior to. So now we know why they warned. We know where they get the information from. They actually was spying on Russian phones or whatever they were spying on, and they found out that they knew that Ukrainians were planning this stuff. This is crazy. This is crazy stuff. However, the U.S. Secret Service did not classify this scenario as particularly likely, writes Swiss Weltwuch. Quote, the CIA did not consider the scenario of a Ukrainian attack to be very credible. Nevertheless, they apparently decided to pass this information to the Germans. This is wild. Definitely, Ukraine would benefit from this because of the international uproar that will come from this. Because now Europe don't have their pipeline to get their oil, so of course they're going to be pushing to actually do something about it, to do something to Russia. So I find this very possible. Either Ukraine or someone else from the West definitely blew this pipeline up. I do not believe for 1 second that it was Russia behind it, because they don't benefit from it whatsoever. You have to think about stuff like this. You have to think about when something like this happened, who benefits from this. And Ukraine would benefit from this because of the international uproar, people wanting to take out Russia over this, because Europe is not getting the oil. The Western countries would benefit from this because you're pushing Russia towards World War III. So you got to look at who benefit. And I think the Ukrainians would definitely benefit from this. I don't see Russia benefiting from this at all. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out democrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.